Hi guys, I'm Urmi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've made quite a few makeup videos on YouTube now and I often get DMs from you guys saying that makeup doesn't look good on you in person. Well, it can. You just need to find the correct techniques and the correct base products for your makeup. So today I'm going to talk about different foundation formulas with you guys so that you know what to choose to fit your needs. But before that, I'm quickly going to talk about a few more things that you need to keep in mind before selecting base products, such as undertone, skin type, and shade matching. Talking about undertone first. Many people say that you should actually look at the veins on your arms and see if they are green or blue. If they're green, then you're warm toned, and if they're blue, then you're cool toned. As for me, I have both blue and green veins. I'll just pop up a picture here very quickly so you can see. So that makes me a neutral undertone. But I've realized that I tend to become pink in the sun or when I laugh or when I talk too much or basically when I do anything. So I lean towards foundations or base products that are more cool toned, which means that they have a pink undertone. Coming to skin type, I have dry skin. It's drier than the desert, so I actually have to do a lot of prep before I can put on makeup. I moisturize my skin, put a hydrating setting spray, use a hydrating primer with a pore filling primer. But if you're an oily skin type, you can do matte foundations with a little bit of prep beforehand, and if you're a combination, go for a natural finish foundation. Now coming to the trickiest part, shade matching. I would actually suggest you guys to go to the store and get your shade matched, but if that is not possible for you, I know that it's not possible for me because where I live, they don't have a Sephora or an Nykaa. So in that case, you can do what I do. There are many beauty creators out there who are actually doing their makeup with their correct shades. For example, I kind of guessed that Kaushal Beauty and I might be the similar skin shade. So I saw which shade of a drugstore foundation she was wearing and I went to a Shoppers Stop near me and shade matched myself to that. I realized that I was a shade or two lighter than Kaushal Beauty. And because she's been making makeup videos for a very long time, she's actually used every single product out there, so it's actually a perfect base for me to guess my foundation shades. I've also used websites like Foundation, where if you put in like 2 or 3 of the foundation shades that actually match you, so you have to have a few products beforehand, then it'll give you a list of what your shade in other foundation brands could be. This process is not necessarily accurate, but it gives you an idea of what your foundation shade could be. Finally, coming to formulation. I have 3 formulas today. One is a mousse foundation, one is a stick foundation, and one is airbrush foundation. All of them are by Swiss Beauty because Swiss Beauty has been kind enough to collaborate with me on this video. Now the makeup look I have on right now is actually me wearing one of my favorite foundations from these 3, which I'm going to tell you towards the end of the video, so definitely stay tuned for that. The first formulation I'm going to talk to you about is a mousse foundation, for which I have the Swiss Beauty Primer Mousse Foundation. This is a no-brainer for all skin types actually, because it is lightweight and great for everyday use. If you're on the oily side, then you're in luck because this is a velvet finish. But me as a dry skin type also really like this foundation because it's very lightweight. And I love it when you actually can't feel any makeup on your face, even if you're wearing like a full face of makeup. I've said this in my videos before as well. This is what the packaging looks like. I really like the feel of this. I think soft matte is my favorite kind of feel. I also really like the cap. It's almost like a jewel. The consistency of this foundation is very liquid, so you can actually blend it with your fingers very easily without it, pilling. Also, I think I should have gotten a shade darker in this, which is number 3. I actually got number 2, which is rose blush, but I can make a shade darker or lighter foundations work for me very easily. This I would say has a buildable coverage. It says complete coverage on the package, but I think complete coverage is with like 3 layers of foundation. So if you're looking for a very natural finish, then go with 1 layer, or if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, then you can just build this foundation up. I did however notice that because it's such a lightweight foundation, it does sit in your creases. So all I did was take a pizza puff, a little bit of my compact, and just set my foundation. I also noticed that out of all the 3 foundations, my blush, my bronzer, all of those things sat a lot better on this formula than the others. I don't know if that's because this foundation is very skin-like or because of the texture, I'm not sure, but any kind of liquid blush blends really well with this foundation. Coming to the next formulation, which is airbrush finish. For this, I have the Swiss Beauty Airbrush Finish Full Coverage Foundation with hyaluronic acid. This is what the packaging looks like. It's a classic foundation bottle with a black cap and with a soft matte feel. This class is called something Frosted. It's called Frosted. This is also a very creamy formula, but it offers more coverage than the mousse foundation. This foundation blended like a dream. Like you'll see in the B-roll, I didn't have to work very hard with this and I didn't have to use a lot of product, and it actually covered all of my pimples or acne marks or all of that very easily. With such a formulation, however, when it's creamy and when it's a little towards the full coverage side, I like to use a beauty blender because it soaks up extra product and kind of gives you an extra airbrush finish, if that makes sense. Because this is a natural finish foundation and because it's quite creamy, I didn't feel the need to use a powder, and I didn't, and my makeup really looked good. It also has all of the other good things like vitamin E, aloe vera and coconut fruit juice. Sounds yummy. I haven't tested this foundation for 8 hours at a stretch, but it claims to be 8 hours long wearing. I can actually tell that it could be long wearing because I do have another foundation of a similar formulation which is very expensive, but this one performs exactly like that one at a mere 500 rupees, so I'm pretty sure that it's long lasting as well. Coming to my last and most favorite formulation out of all the three, I have this Swiss Beauty Satin Finish Foundation Stick. I never thought that as a dry skin type, I'd love foundation sticks more than I like creamy foundations or mousse foundations, but this one has me convinced. This is what the packaging looks like. It's so small and so convenient. You can twist it to dispense foundation and then you can go all over your face like that. I'm sure that they're not the first ones to do foundation sticks, but I really like this concept. I have this in the shade number 2 and it matches me pretty well. It's a little yellow for my liking, but I can make it work. However, I do have one thing about Swiss Beauty. It's their shade range. I wish they had a wider shade range so that more people could enjoy these formulations. I'm sorry that there's construction noise that's going on. I've been waiting and filming this video in parts, but I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. Anyway, some people have an issue with foundation sticks because they go on your skin and then you store it like that itself. But when it's my makeup and I know that I'm using my makeup on my clean face, then I don't mind using a foundation stick or a doe foot applicator for that matter. But I do like that the other two foundations that I showed you already, one comes with a pump and one is in a squeezy tube. Coming back to this one, I used a dense foundation brush for this. On the packaging, it says that you should blend this with a damp sponge, but I feel like when it comes to thicker formulas, I like to use a brush because it spreads the product more easily. It again felt very lightweight. It felt like I had makeup on my skin, but it didn't feel cakey at all. So I can confirm their first claim, which is that it is lightweight. Their second claim is that it is full coverage. Yes, it is. It's definitely full coverage and you can build it up as well. Coming to their third claim, it's extremely easy and convenient to use because after I applied it, it applied beautifully, by the way. So after I had my foundation on, I didn't even have to go in with concealer. I just went over my spots with this itself and it covered it perfectly. And it's the cheapest of the three for only 349 rupees. This is the foundation that I in fact have all over my face today. So check on all three claims. And because we're talking about Swiss Beauty, I have one last product that I have to give a shout out to. This is their Plump Up Wet Gloss in the shade number 1. I really love this gloss. I think it gives the lips such a plump look. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do, but it also gives it a really nice shine and it's not sticky. I'm gonna apply it to show you guys right now. This is also my favorite kind of color. It's a cool toned muted pink mauve sort of a color. So I thought that because this is a Swiss Beauty video, I would just give a shout out to that. That's not part of the collaboration. That's just a friendly suggestion. And that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you got a little bit of an idea as to how to choose your base product. Trust me, it takes practice and it takes a lot of not so good looking makeup days to then get to a good looking makeup day. Also, just before I leave, I want to tell you that makeup is supposed to look like makeup. These are just tips to make that makeup look good on you. So don't think that makeup is supposed to be a mask or it's supposed to be deceiving or it's supposed to hide everything. So if makeup does look like makeup on your skin, then you're actually doing a good job. Again, I'd like to thank Swiss Beauty for collaborating with me. I'm going to ask the team if they can hook me up with a discount code for you guys, and if I get one, then I'm going to leave that here. If not, then they're really affordable products anyway. All of them are under 500 and my favorite one is under 350. So you will definitely be getting your money's worth. If you want to see more of me, then please consider subscribing to my channel because I post very regularly now. And also go say hi to me on Instagram at urmi.dande. I'm going to leave my handle right here because I make a lot of makeup reels on there as well. Like this video if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.